The best time to sell a home, if you were already planning on putting your home on the market, is like the first few weeks of it being new and fresh on the market. That is the best time to get top dollar for your home if you're a seller.
So Lena asked a really good question, Chia. He says, why do realtors let sellers overprice homes knowing it won't sell?
Good question.
Since you're a realtor here, I have my spin on it. I want to hear what you say first.
Because they want the business. Most of the time, 100% of the time, that agent wants the business. So they either tell the seller, hey, look, your home is overpriced, so it's gonna sit. If we put it on the market, this is what a good agent would say to the seller, okay? In this scenario, Mr. Seller, your home is overpriced. But if you still want to put that home on the market for that price, it's going to sit and it's going to end up hurting you more. Because again, when a home comes back on the market, you guys already heard me said it. Every buyer sees our home as something's wrong with it. I ain't going to touch it with a 5-foot pole. It's going to have the same effect here. A wise seller that trusts their agent will go, okay, then what do you recommend putting my home on the market at? And then from there, if an agent knows the market, the agent's going to price it right. It's going to create bids already. Buzz, make it showing ready, all that, it'll sell. But most of the time it's because the realtor just wants the business, and in order to get the business, they had to kind of overpromise the seller. If that's the case, most of the time the home doesn't sell, that realtor gets fired.
You're fired.
And then the seller is just gonna find another agent to list it, and eventually the home's gonna come back down, but it's probably gonna be listed with a new agent if that agent did not set the right expectation. I'm not saying all agents do this. I'm just saying there are bad apples that just want the business, and they think they can take advantage of the market because there's low inventory and that buyers are dumb, that they're just gonna buy anything that shows up on the market. That's not true, you know? So, and then when it sticks on the market for so long, past the average days on the market, the seller goes, you lied to me, realtor. You say it's gonna sell. The market is hot, no inventory. My home's sitting. It's 2 months now. You're fired. You know?
You fired! You fired! You fired!
Oh, will you shut up?
You fired!
So that's basically the gist, right, Lisa?
It is. It is. I mean, I'd like to also add as well, it's like a lot of times, no matter how you advise somebody, they don't always listen, right, Chia?
True.
They really don't always listen.
100%.
Well, a lot of times it's going to be like, hey, okay, so I'm going to do what you asked me to do. It's kind of like, okay, you know, you're playing blackjack and you're going to hit on a 19. Alrighty, I'll listen to you because this is the only way that can get you to understand that selling your home right now is profitable, is good for you, especially if it's an investment home, right? Once that conversation is had and they're just so stuck, the seller is just so stuck, right? Because realtors don't set that price, the sellers do. So if they're so stuck on that price, and if the realtor doesn't say, hey, all right, I'm gonna listen to you, I don't advise it, I'm gonna listen to you, but here's what I'm gonna say. Whatever open house that needs to be done, broker opens, whatever it is that needs to sell it for this price, we're gonna market as so, and we're gonna market to 100,000 people. We're gonna market on social media. However, if we do all of that and within 3-4 weeks, whatever parameters that realtor sets with that seller, it doesn't sell, then we're going to have to be aggressive and push it down this way. Because if you sell this house, if this house is technically worth 450 and you're trying to sell it for 500,000, all right, you can't be going down to 480. You gotta go ahead and do it market value. And at that time, you probably want to do it a little less than market value. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chia, just to be even more enticing, because you should have addressed that portion to begin with.
Yes, the best time to sell a home, if you were already planning on putting your home on the market, is like the first few weeks of it being new and fresh on the market. That is the best time to get top dollar for your home if you're a seller. And if you're wasting that precious time overpricing it to hopefully pray to get a buyer that's gonna pay your price, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Because then right now, remember, every buyer that's out there right now is trying to lowball. They're trying to go in and ask for dreams and wishes and rainbows with their offers. You know, they're trying to get 3% interest rates on their mortgage again, so they're expecting sellers to pay for all of that. So if you're a seller, you know all of this, and you're already setting a high standard, you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. So it's better to price it slightly below market value. Here's a tip, okay, sellers? If your home is worth $500K, put it on the market at $490. It's gonna create a lot of buzz. You know why? Buyers that are looking right now are gonna know that, oh man, that home is so underpriced, I need to jump on that. But he or she's not the only buyer that's in the market. There's hundreds and thousands of other buyers in the market that's looking for the same home. They're also thinking the same thing. So guess what happens now? Every buyer jumps on in now, and you receive 20, 30 offers, and it automatically creates a bidding war. You
Correct.
already got
And that's the whole-
overpriced.
Right. I mean, as soon as it goes slightly down, there's some sort of incentive. It pumps back the market. So it's like that's a lot supply and demand, that double Dutch supply and demand that's going on. And you're absolutely right, Lane. They don't get paid. Realtors do not get paid until the house is actually sold. So in this business, time is money. And the good agents, they won't even take that listing.
Let me add to that, okay? Some brokers do charge a fee. Even if they don't sell it, they will make you sign some sort of a contract saying that because they went based off of your recommendation and you didn't go based off of their recommendation for using up their time, you owe them a fee. Marketing
Honestly,
fees,
that's fair.
staging
I think
fees,
so.
whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
fair.
some brokers do make a seller sign that. Be prepared for that, okay? If you come across a broker that does that. Another thing I do want to add to that too, and then we'll close this question off, is even though a seller thinks their home is worth $550K or $500K or $1 million, or the agent thinks it's worth $500K or $1 million, or even the buyer, it doesn't matter. If that buyer is getting a loan, it only matters about what the appraiser is gonna appraise the property at. So you're actually trying to sell the appraiser on your price, not the buyer, not the seller, not the agent. It's the appraiser, okay? And the appraiser has nothing to do with the buyer because they don't communicate. Whenever a buyer orders an appraiser, it's through their lender, and the lender doesn't even get to talk to the appraiser because they ordered it. It's a conflict of interest. The only person that the appraiser actually talks to is the listing agent. And you know who the listing agent is? The person that represents the seller. Total opposite sides of the contract. Why did they do that? Because that way there is no conflict of interest. So impress the appraiser, get it right with the appraiser, and you'll get your home sold. All right. If you guys have more questions about that, just shoot them in the comments. We'll answer them accordingly. But okay, we are gonna let you guys go. We're gonna close it out. Thanks for joining us tonight. All your questions were awesome. We love it when you guys engage with us. It makes us feel you guys are super interested in the topics that we're talking about. But hey, if you guys have topics you guys want to talk about, shoot them in the comment section down below. Let us know. I read all my comments. I would love to engage with you guys down there. But all right, you guys take care. Have a good night. See you guys next time. Peace.